Well, it's a story you saw first here on Fox 10 News, and it brought some results almost immediately. The Mobile County DA's office released an autopsy report to the family of a Kansas couple that was hit by a Mobile police cruiser.
Michael and Mary Bragg were hit while crossing Government Street back in July. Michael died in that incident, and Mary was critically injured.
Fox 10 News reporter Andrew Perez has an update tonight live from our newsroom. Andrew?
Bob, the District Attorney Ashley Rich personally called the Bragg family earlier this week after hearing about the controversy on Fox 10 News. Family members say they were frustrated that after nearly 6 months, they weren't any closer to understanding what happened the night of the accident. Well, tonight the family has Michael Bragg's autopsy report, and while it answers some questions, they say it creates others. It's an ongoing battle for Mary Bragg, who's fighting to recover at a rehabilitation facility. Her family says she's still in a lot of pain and still asking questions about her husband.
She has at one time said that, "I know your dad's dead." And then just the other day she's asking, "Why isn't he here? Why isn't he here to pick me up? I don't want to go," you know.
Mary and her husband, Michael Bragg, were struck by a Mobile police car while crossing Government Street. The family said it's been trying to get information from the city and Mobile PD about that accident, but what they got, they say, doesn't tell them what happened that night.
The witness statements, the police statement, we just want all their information so we could find out exactly what happened.
The family's attorney says we reported the family filed a claim against the city last week for damages. Just a few days later, District Attorney Ashley Rich personally called the family and offered to show them her case files in person.
So I wanted to make sure I communicated to the victim's family in that case that, we're there to help in any way possible, and if there was new evidence, we would absolutely represent it to a grand jury.
She's also released Michael Bragg's autopsy report to the Bragg's children. It lists in detail all of his internal and external injuries. It also shows that he had no alcohol in his system at the time of the accident. The Bragg family says Rich told them she didn't know they were looking for that information.
We don't give copies of our files. That's just not something that we do. But we were willing to sit down and meet with them and give them any information that they needed, names of witnesses, what each witness said, what was presented to the grand jury.
The family has said the city and the police department have been very tight-lipped about this investigation, holding on to key information about that accident. They say the city has yet to reach out to them and tell them just why they cannot release those details.
It's frustrating that we can't come to some kind of conclusion with this whole thing, but in the same token, just our focus has always been primarily on my mother and her recovery, and just praying that she gets better.
Now, the police department has said they cannot comment on pending litigation. I reached out to the city attorney as well, who referred us to his previous statement.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Last night on Fox 10